Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you an awesome mod called the Rails of War mod. And this basically adds trains and a new kind of track into Minecraft, and the new kind of track is the track that's required to actually drive the trains on. And it also adds other things like a storage carriage kind of thing, and you can actually hook up the train to this carriage and then drive along in your train, towing behind it loads of those carriages connected to each other. And it's really cool because there's actually a proper render for all the blocks that you put inside the carriage, so it shows up in the carriage as you're training along. I don't know if you can say that, but there we go. So it's a really cool mod, and I'm just going to start off by showing you the train. So in front of me you can see the train. It's got an awesome model and awesome textures as well. Look at these wheels, look at that, it's really cool. And it's like the old kind of train from the 1900s, I'm guessing. So yep, that kind of thing. And it's also got that massive pipe where the steam comes out of, so it's a steam train. And yeah, it's just brilliant. And you got the hookup points at the back. I don't know the technical terms for all these, but it just looks really cool. And it's sitting on the new kind of track that was added by the mod. And there's different kinds of tracks. So here we've got like a stopping thing that stops the carts from going any further along. And yeah, it's actually 3 blocks wide, as you can see here. We've got the railway sleepers below it. And it's just really cool modelled. I mean, look at those rails. They look nice and shiny and awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what they look like. And I'm just going to show you how you can actually use this train. Now, there's no crafting recipes for the train or the tracks yet, or anything really in this mod, because it's still a work in progress mod. So in the future there'll probably be crafting recipes, but for now you can just go into creative and test this out in a creative world and mess around with the tracks and stuff. But anyway, to use one of these carts you're going to need coal. So yeah, you just need to right click on the cart with the coal, like that. You can see I'm adding it now, it's starting to steam. Look at all that smoke coming out the chimney there. But anyway, we just right click on the cart itself with your fist. If you right click with an item it's not going to work, but if you right click with nothing in your hotbar you'll actually enter the train like that. And you can see it says left shift to leave the train. And there we go. I don't think dismount is the correct term to describe getting off a train, but we'll just go with it. And anyway, to control the train you have to press R to go forwards, F to go backwards, and V to stop. And V pretty much just puts you in neutral and stops you moving anywhere, so it's pretty much the brake. But yeah, we're just going to drive forward, and I'm going to show you how awesome this looks. If I go into F5 you can see I'm actually standing on the back of the train, although at the moment I am half in a barrier, but that's just because I'm in the end. But let's just go. So I'm going to press R now, and you won't be able to do this unless you've given the cart coal. I don't know why I keep calling it a cart, it's obviously a train, but I'm just used to mine carts. But you can see now I'm going along the track, and that's a nice curve. That's one of the pieces of track you can make, and that is the, I think it's the right hand bend. But here we go, we're just going through. And then now this is where we're going to stop off, so I can show you the next feature. So I'm just going to stop past this turning point here using V, and there we go. Come on, stop, and then I just left shift to get out. I'm now on top of the train. Oh dear, I'm glitched. Let's just get past the train and go back here, and over here you're going to see one of those storage carriages. And if you look inside of it you can see it's completely empty, but that's because there's nothing in it at the moment. So if I right click on this now, and you can see it has an awesome texture again and really good modelling. Proper wooden cart there. But if I right click on it you can see I've got some inventory slots, and I can store like cobblestone in it. And you can see now I've put 7 cobblestone in it, and if I look in it, look, we've got 7 cobblestone on the right hand side. The right hand side of this inventory is for the right hand side of the cart. Well, actually that's the left hand side, depending on what orientation you're on about. But yep, so that's the left hand side, and the left hand side of this is the right hand side, looking at the cart's perspective. So I can put in like a block of diamond, oh wait, in there like that. And if we go in here now you can see it's on the other side, and we've got a block of diamond fully rendered in there. I mean, this is awesome. You can actually see everything that you store in your carts. Unlike the boring storage minecart in vanilla Minecraft, this is proper rendering. Anyway, let's put this, I'm trying to shift click and it's not working, but we'll just manually put it in here. And let's see now, we've got some TNT in here. And if you put items in here it just gets converted into a little crate kind of thing, which probably contains the items. So I can put a sword in here as well. And now we've got 3 crates storing the items. And then as you take them out you can see they disappear, so we've got a TNT that should have disappeared at the bottom. And yeah, you can just put all your stuff in here and it's properly rendered and it looks really cool. But now what we're going to do is going to go back to the cart and reverse up and hitch up to this lovely storage cart. So this is like a switching junction thingy, and the track can either go straight on or left, and we're going to have to right click on it like this, and it's going to change this like, I can't remember the technical name for this, but this like junction, so that we go left instead of straight on. And this is again one of those a new bit of track, but I'll get onto what the tracks are actually called later. For now I want to show you the functionality of the train, so let's just get back to the cart. I'm just going to right click on it, I should get in, and now we're going to reverse up by pressing F, and I'm going to look where I'm going, and I should go left now and not straight on. Yep, moment of truth has worked, so now I'm just going to brake before I hit the cart, hopefully. Come on, I've got to be close enough, otherwise the, what's it called again? The pry bar won't work. Let's left shift and see if this will do. And for this I'm going to go into survival because it just makes it a tad bit easier. But anyway, you need to left click on the two like points, like these, like that. And it should like hook up. There we go, it's hooked up. It's a bit fiddly to get it done, but it does work. And then I can just right click. And now this is attached to me and you can see all my stuff in there. And I can now go forwards again. And now I'll be actually moving this storage cart. So here we go, and it's now towing this. And I'm going along the track with two, like an extra carriage. It's brilliant. And you can actually attach carriages to carriages, so you can have like loads of these in a row and have like a freight train kind of thing going. And look at all those lovely particles for the steam. But here we go. So I'm going along in my train, pulling my load. It's brilliant. So I'm actually going to get off the train now to show you some other features of this mod, hopefully without glitching, but there we go. So I've just got out the train, and now you can probably see that there's some clocks here, and these are like the train station clocks you'd find on train platforms, and yeah, you could probably put these on like multiplayer servers to tell other people on the server when your train's going to arrive. So you could say like at 9 PM the train is going to turn up and then you can get on it, although it wouldn't really work since it's not carriages where you can put other players on, but maybe in the future that will be a feature, because that'd be so awesome. But anyway, these are proper to Minecraft time. So if I set it to like sunrise, you can see it changes to 6 AM in the morning, which is probably when sunrise happens, and then you can set it to midnight and you see it's 12 midnight, which is brilliant. So fully working to Minecraft time, and I love the minute hand and how it's animated. It just looks so cool, and the model work is brilliant as well. So yeah, those are the clocks, and you've probably noticed that there's a new kind of track here. And you can see in front of me, this is called a crossing, and it basically enables two tracks going like perpendicular to each other. The two cross, so you don't have to worry about trying to navigate one track around the other one. You can just make them go straight over each other, and you could have one train going this way and one going this way, and they could just cross over this crossing track here. So I could get on this train here and then give it fuel and then go forwards over this track. Actually, I'm just going to stop directly on the track, hopefully. Now I've overshot it. Let's just reverse up a bit like that. And now we're going to see what happens when you crash a train into a train. So I'm just going to get off this one and go back to the other one. I really want to do this, so I'm going to try it anyway. Let's just give this one some coal and let's go, yeah, full steam ahead and crash into that train. Oh, nothing really happened. I just pushed it out of the way and continued on. If only that happened in real life. Like, get out of the way, train. I have priority. I'm just going to push you out of the way so I can continue on my journey. So yeah, that's the crossing track. And no, I've lost my train. The train is moving without me. I'm not sure if that's meant to happen, but the train has just ditched me and decided to go on its own way. And whoa, look at that scenery. We've got a lovely lake with loads of mountains surrounding it. And yeah, so that's the crossing and the clock. But next up, I'm actually going to swap the worlds from this lovely Biomes of Plenty world here to a boring flat world. But the reason for this is so I can show you some of the other tracks that this mod adds. So you can actually have like S curves and Z curves and stuff. And also there's some other switch tracks as well, so you can have trains splitting off in different directions. It's really cool. But yeah, over to that world now. So now I'm just going to show you the other kinds of tracks that this mod adds. So first up, we've got the straight track here, and you can see it's 3 blocks wide and 1 block like long, like that. So this is the default track which you can use, and you can move your trains along these. So that's the straight track. But next up we've got the crossing, and I just showed you what that one does. So it looks like this, and it takes up 3 by 3 blocks. And next up we've got the dead end, and you've also seen this one before. It just means that trains cannot pass this, they just bump into them and stop. So yeah, that's the dead end, it just stops trains. And then we've got the left curve, and look at this curve, it's huge. You've got to be mindful of this when you try and place it down, because you're going to have a lot of space free in this exact shape, otherwise it won't place down. But I'm just going to give you an example of what happens when you place it down now. So here we go, load 4, and here's a left turn. We can just place it down here, and you can see it'll place the left turn down there. And if you've got any blocks missing underneath the ground there, or anything on top, then it won't build, so bear that in mind. And then next up we've got the left switch curve, and this is the one where the track splits in two. So one track goes that way and then one goes to the left. And you can control this using the manual pointer, which you place down like that, and then switch it around to change the direction of the track and which way you want the train to go. So that's the left switch curve. And now we've got the opposite of the left curves, we've got the right curve, and again it's just the same as the left curve but in the opposite direction. And then we've got the right switch curve, which again is the same as the left switch curve but just goes in the other direction. And if we go along here, now we've got the interesting curves. So we've got the Z curve, which I'm presuming it's shaped, called a Z curve because it's shaped like a Z, like that. And next up we've got the S curve, which is shaped like an S. So there we go, it's just the opposite of the Z curve. And then we've got the Z-curve switch, so one goes straight on and one has like a Z-curve shape. And then next up, you can probably guess what this is going to be, it's the S-curve switch. So again, it's just an S-curve with a bit of track that goes straight on. So it's another one which you use the manual pointer on. And last but not least, we've got the Y-curve, which is basically an S-curve and a Z-curve on the same track, and it splits off. So you could have one train go that one way, one train go this way, and again you'd use this pointer to change the orientation of which track you wanted the train to go along. So yeah, that's pretty much all the different kinds of tracks. And yeah, again, you can just place these down by just right clicking on the ground, and there we go, that's a left switch curve. And you could place down a Z-curve track. The major problem with this is that you need to have a massive flat area to build this on, because if there's any blocks in the way of this, it will not build. For example, if I put like a block here and here and then try and build a Z-curve, it won't build because there's gaps. So you've got to be very precise. It's really hard to build like massive bridges with this, with curves on. It's quite easy if you've got like straight track, but if you're trying to put a curve over the bridge in the air, it's quite hard to do. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the Rails of War mod, so yeah, definitely check this mod out. So thanks for watching, and please remember to leave a like if you've enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next mod video.